NYC Day 2 was a huge adventure, and I loved every minute of it. I started off the day, I woke up feeling very tired and very exhausted because the whole night last night, I kept on waking up in the middle of the night thinking that I overslept for my meeting, when really I only slept about 30 minutes each time. So it was a very painful night. Had breakfast with Dr. Anderson. We actually convinced Dr. Anderson to start drinking tea more often in lieu of coffee. And it has been confirmed that Dr. Anderson will now, or at least has been trying to drink tea, which is really cool that we have such an effect on him. I'm honored that he valued our input so much. So I went back to the hotel room, prepared for my first meeting with Mr. Reed Betts. He's an architect and formal civil engineer and sustainability professional. I met with him at around 11. He had an office right by the Flatiron Building, and I walked down from my hotel to the Flatiron Building, and it was beautiful, and the sun was shining, and it was so cold, but everything was blue and crisp, and the city just felt so alive. It was super cool. Had a meeting with him. We discussed my venture, my idea to build tiny houses for homeless people. He had a lot of good things to say about sustainability. He turned me on to a lot of good resources, which was really, really cool. And then we kind of talked about insulation and how I can go about insulating my structures in a way that would be up to building codes, in a way that would be sustainable, and then also kind of optimizing, well, how much do I really need for the application. We shot the breeze a little bit about New York, and I kind of heard his story growing up as a civil engineer undergrad, and then going to graduate school as an architect, and then becoming a official sustainability professional later in his professional work. So it was really interesting from an engineering standpoint and also in the context of my venture. After that, I texted some of my fellow E-Scholars and wanted to see if they wanted to get lunch. They were down in Chinatown, and Chinatown was very far away, so I decided to solo it. I walked just kind of around and saw a church and walked towards it, and on the way found a cool little shop and had a nice conversation with the shop owner. He's a really, really nice guy. And then I went across the street to this church and I walked in on an organ recital. And it was really, really beautiful. I am someone who went to church for most of my life, so I can appreciate an organ here and there. As much as I hated it when I was a child, I think I like it now. And it was really cool at the end of their performance. It stopped and everyone was really, really happy for the performer. And then I just kind of turned around and stepped outside. And in those couple of steps between the doors of the church and out into the city, it was like nothing had happened there. It was like I was back into the city, and whatever was going on in the city was there, and I had left this little world of beauty, which is super cool. I went and saw the Empire State Building, looked at the Chrysler Building, saw the library, got ripped off at some pizza shop, which is irritating. And then for the rest of the day, just chilled at the hotel, and then went to Staten Island just to get some good views of the city. So tomorrow it's going to be Snowmageddon. I have a phone meeting with a doctor at NYU, which should be interesting. But then aside from that, I think we're just going to hang out in the hotel room and play some cards, and then probably go to Central Park and try and bum off a couple sled rides. So stay tuned for more.